G'day guys, welcome back to Monday the 18th of October. Hope you've all had a good weekend and are ready to rip into another cracking day of programming. So, starting with our warm-up, we have 3 rounds at a warm-up pace. So to start, we have either a 100 meter jog or 50 plate hops. Coming back, going into 10 reverse lunges. So for those reverse lunges, going nice and wide with our stance, stepping back knee touches the ground, standing up nice and explosively, just like so. Once we're finished up with those lunges, moving into 20 calf pumps, coming down into a press up position to start, then into a pike position, then we're going to drive our heels down to the ground, getting as close as we can, just alternating side each time you alternate, it's 1 rep. Cool. Then we're going to finish with 10 press up to pike, so again coming down into that press up position to start, chest all the way to the ground, midline nice and tight, big press up, bringing that head back into the pike position, having a wee wiggle around, loosening up those shoulders, moving through 10 reps there, before looping back round for another 2 rounds. Cool. From there, moving into our strength. So for our strength, we've got a descending ladder. So starting with the barbell, we have 10, 8, 6, 4. Starting with our half kneeling landmine press, or a landmine sott press. So for those guys in our car park classes, what you're going to want to do is set a plate up on the ground like so. Then with your barbell, you're going to want to put one end of the barbell in the hole where the barbell would normally go, and then it's going to be able to pivot freely whilst staying in one place, not sliding all over the show. Cool. From there, you're going to come down to that half kneeling position. Nice big press on the way up, finishing with that arm nice and close to our ear, coming back down. Really focusing on driving up with the shoulder and the tricep, actively pressing up into the barbell at the top. Cool. Then for our sott press, we're going to come down into a squat position, as deep as we can. Same thing here again. We're going to press up, finishing with that bicep nice and close to the ear, coming back down, going through the same thing. So that'll be 10 each side. Once we've done that, we're moving on to 10 landmine Romanian deadlifts each side. So again, same setup with the plate and the barbell as before, making sure that barbell is wedged into that gap. From here, we're going to have the barbell in the hand of the working foot. We're going to grip the toes into the ground from here, picking that leg back, going as low as we can whilst maintaining tension. As soon as we feel we're starting to round through the lower back, big squeeze on the way back up, we're going into that next stretch. You should really feel a good stretch through the hamstring while we're moving through that. And remember to keep that spine nice and neutral. Cool. So between sets we're going to be going through, we have 2 options. So we have either 10 side plank hip raises or a 30-second side plank each side. Starting with that side plank, coming down onto our forearm and foot, bridging up. You should feel that oblique actively working. Maintain a nice neutral midline, not letting those hips sag or over exaggerating by coming too far up. Nice and neutral. Then for those hip raises, we're going to do arm up in the air, coming down. That hip should be hovering just off the ground. Big squeeze on the way back up. Where each time you go down and up, that's 1 rep. So we'll be going through 10 each side for the side plank hip raises, or 30 seconds each side for the side plank hold. Cool. So moving on to our dumbbell / kettlebell option, we have another descending ladder. So we have 12, 10, 8, 6, half kneeling press or sott press each side. So with whichever one you have, the dumbbell or the kettlebell, as well as a single leg Romanian deadlift with the same implement, obviously, each side again. As well as performing either the side plank hip raise or the side plank hold in between sets for the same reps as the barbell. So starting for our half kneeling press, coming down to the half kneeling position, very nice and wide, so nice and stable from here, big press up, finishing with that bicep by the ear, just like that. Cool. Then for our sott press option, going to have the dumbbell in a rack, coming down into a nice deep squat. Going to keep that torso nice and upright, big brace in the midline, focusing on keeping those ribs down, pressing up, finishing with that bicep nice and close to the ear, coming back down, then up, just like that. Cool. Moving on to the single leg Romanian deadlift. For these ones, we're going to want to go cross body today. Again, gripping that ground with our working foot, coming down, sending those hips back, feeling a good stretch through the hamstring, going as low as we can maintain tension, big squeeze on on the way back up, just like that. Cool. Again, we're going through however many reps of the round each side. Cool. Lastly, moving on to our no equipment option, what we have a tempo press up to pike with a 3-second eccentric or lowering on that press up. So what that's going to look like, coming into our press up position, 1, 2, 3 seconds all the way down, pressing up, back into that pike, then 1, 2, 3, continuing on in that manner. Cool. Moving on, once we've done our 12 reps there, we then have 12 single leg glute bridge each side. So for these, we're going to come onto our back side, we glue our feet and knees together and extend one leg up. For our working foot, so I'm going on my left at the moment, I want to focus on digging that heel into the ground, toes, there should be little weight through the toes, really digging that heel in. Driving up, pause for a second at the top, coming back down. Coming up as high as we can, coming back down, really feeling that bum working while we're going through those. Easy. Again, in between rounds, we're going through the side plank hip raises or these side plank. Cool. Alright team, so moving on to our conditioning today, we have 5 rounds for time with an 18-minute cap, so a slightly longer workout today. We'll quickly run you guys through what's going on. So starting with the barbell, we've got 2 different options for our first movement, both are a snatch. We're either going to go through 7 power snatch at 40/30 for the prescribed weights, or 5 squat snatch, slightly heavier, at 70/50 for those prescribed loads. Cool. Then we're going into 60 double unders, 60 ski hops, or 60 single unders, then finishing with a 200-meter run, or 15/12 calories on the machine. Cool. So starting with that snatch, with the power snatch, we want setting up mid-shin, snatch grip on the barbell, put those hips slightly above the knee. We're going to drive that ground away aggressively, coming under, extending hard, shrug, rotate, punch, catching in that quarter squat position, squeezing to stand. On the way back down, we're going to keep that barbell nice and close, brushing the hip, bringing those hips back down, before going into that next rep, just like that. Cool. Only difference between, for the squat snatch side, is that instead of catching in that quarter squat position, you're going to catch in a squat position. So just catching a little bit lower. What that's going to look like, drive, shrug, rotate, punch, catching in that quarter squat position, coming all the way back up. Again, same principle, keep that barbell nice and close on the way back down. Easy. Alright, moving on to our dumbbell / kettlebell option. So, what we have either 8 single arm squat snatches with either implement, or 16 power snatches with the same implement. So, I'm going to start with the power variant and then go to the squat variant. Very similar to the barbell, exact same setup position, a little bit lower, just as that dumbbell is a little bit lower. Big brace to that midline, we're going to drive, extend hard, pulling under at the top. We're going to alternate, changing sides mid-air, we're on the ground before moving into our next rep. Cool. Then for our squat variant, again, we're going to set up the exact same. We're going to drive hard off the floor, extend hard. We're going to continue pulling high this time. Again, we're going to catch that squat position, just like that, as opposed to the power position. Easy days. Then we're moving into 60 double unders, 100 single skips, or 60 ski hop. Then a 200-meter run, or a 15/12 cal ski. And lastly, for our no equipment option, we have 8 burpee air squats, then a 60 double unders, 60 ski hops, or 100 single unders, then a 200-meter run, or 15/12 calories on the machine. Looping back round through. So for our burpee air squat, we're going to be nice and quick on the way down, not spending any extra energy. So snapping down to the ground, popping up, jumping high at the top, straight down to that burpee. What I want you guys to focus on with these is where we're landing with those feet. So typically when we do a burpee, we go land with those feet nice and wide. It's a little bit easier to come up. But for some extra efficiency moving through those, try and think about landing with your feet coming in off the burpee in your squatting stance. So what that's going to look like for me, coming down, popping up, jumping, straight, and just like that, then freely into that next burpee. Easy. Alright team, so there you have it, your programming for Monday the 18th of October. Hopefully you all enjoy. Hope to see as many faces as possible in class tomorrow. Apart from that, have a good one guys.